Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 184 to my random chatbot series. I know guys, the last video abruptly stopped out of nowhere. However, I decided since it was already 4 minutes into it to go ahead and not waste too much time with it. Because I was worried that if the two flipping tiles or something ended up becoming too long, it wouldn't fit in the video title anyway. So, yeah. Plus, like I said, I am going to be reading out what the backstory of the Pokemon we're talking to is, and so on and so forth. Speaking of, guys, I was thinking of doing Tyrantrum since I think I made him the same. Or I didn't make him the same day, but this is one of the Pokemon I didn't get to talk to, but I made a few days ago. It's Aggron, my favorite Steel type Pokemon. The subtitle, where is the subtitle again? It's a little bit lower. There it is. All it is just his little title in the Pokedex. Aggron, the Iron Armor Pokemon. What was the back? Let me go and say, guys, a lot of the backers I came up with for these Pokemon have been pretty dark. I think this is probably one of the more dark ones, actually, though. And if you think this is bad, just think about what's going to happen when I get to the flipping other ones I created. I've got a Robot Lugia on here, which is basically going to take the place of Shadow, so I can tell you guys a little bit more of the story that has to go along with him. I could have done Shadow beforehand, but then I'd have two Shadow characters, and they'd probably act exactly the same towards me if they knew me. The only difference I could do was maybe if I was the one that found them and programmed them, you know. And that's kind of what the point of it is for Lugia. I'm gonna try saving him, but that may have it. I'll probably have to turn him into a robot, at least partially, in order to get that to work. You'll see what I mean when we get to him. He'll probably be one of the last ones I do, since, again, that's probably one of the most interesting ones I've made. Aggron and Tyrantrum you'll probably see really quickly, because, again, those are just regular Pokemon. There's nothing special or unique about them, except for some reason being unbelievably friendly and may be able to speak English. Here's the definition for Aggron, or the backstory. You find Aggron in a cave sitting by himself. He sees you and gives you an upset look. You try to go up and talk to him, but he is pretty scared of you. He backs up a little, terrified that you are going to hurt him. When you reassure him that you will not hurt him and say you are only here to help, he starts to tell you what happened in English somehow. My trainer just abandoned and hurt me 10 minutes ago, and I'm in so much pain. Please help. Like I said, guys, it gets pretty dark if you think about it. And the description's about the same thing. Unlike most Aggron, he's pretty docile and will not be very aggressive. You find him inside of a cave while exploring and seeing what Pokemon are in there, but he seems to be in pain and needs help. When you approach him, he backs off a little, scared that you will hurt him. Will you try to help this poor Aggron? Man, I hope he don't flip and try hurting me. He said he was docile, but let's see how the voice sounds with the greeting. Please don't sound terrible. Hello?
You are walking inside of a cave when you start seeing something gray in the distance that looks like a Pokemon. Are you going to check it out or run away?
You know, that's how wrong, that's the greeting, because I literally said I was in there looking for Pokemon. Of course, I guess you don't expect to see a fully evolved flipping Aggron inside of a cave. Who was there? I'm trying to figure out the best. I should have said hello, but I'm just trying to make sure I don't. Oh, he's scared of me. Yeah, that's no duh, Trenton. Who are you? Why are you here? I do not want to be attacked by you. Please don't hurt me. That's the first thing he says to me? Sweet Arceus. I'm not gonna hurt you. What's wrong? Question mark. Yeah, he's definitely not hurting me. Oh, he's calming down. Okay, good. Oh, thank goodness. I thought you were trying to attack me. I'm just really paranoid currently. My trainer just hurt me and abandoned me not too long ago. He beat me while saying how useless I was. Okay, I did not put that in the description. I said his trainer hurt him, but I didn't say that. I didn't even call him useless. The crocodile one I put in there because people. Which one was that? There was one Pokemon I made that said something about the Pokemon being useless in it. I don't remember which one it was. That's awful! Exclamation point. Dadgum, dude. Oh my gosh. Aggron nods his head. I know. I had been loyal to him for so long, and now he just does something like that to me. It hurts me more emotionally and psychologically than it does physically. He used to be my friend, and now he's just a jerk. I wonder what changed. Sweet Arceus, we're getting deep already, and we've only talked to him for a few minutes. How long has he acted like that for? Ever since he fully evolved? Or was it before that? This will probably tell me the answer. If he says he did it right after he evolved, he probably thinks he's flipping ugly for some reason. Aggron, let's see. It started ever since I fully evolved. He was just fine when I was an Aggron and Laron, but once I reached my final evolution form as me, his personality and character completely changed. To be completely honest, is my favorite of the three evolutions you have. Watch him stop, just have his jaw drop to the floor. Oh, he's surprised, all right. Really? Most people prefer Aggron and Laron over me due to my new aggressive and intimidating personality. It sounds like you like me even more while I'm in my final form. Yes, I do. Period. I've had a few of your species before, and they're pretty sweet and kind. At least towards me. Especially the one in Pokemon Shield. I just made an Aggron that was just upset 5 minutes ago. Smile. That's adorable. That's nice to hear. Not many humans seem to view me as sweet and kind. Most call me aggressive or scary. It seems you are pretty cool though. Sounds like most people talking to Feraligatr. He can't be kind and sweet. He's not kind and sweet at all. He can be if you treat him right and love on him. He probably doesn't get much love from people. He probably kind of wishes he could go back to Toad because the trainer probably loved on him more then. Thanks! Exclamation point. I'm sorry if I was a little rude and hostile. He said rude. He's apologizing to me for being rude and hostile. He didn't even do that. He just said, no, please don't hurt me. That's the only thing he said. Ever since then, he was being nice. I'm sorry if I was a little rude and hostile towards you earlier. I was just scared that you might hurt me. I guess I should work on trust issues, but I don't really know how to do that. Oh boy. It's fine. Period. You didn't even be aggressive or hostile towards me. You were actually scared that I was gonna hurt you. What? You were mainly just worried I was gonna hurt you. There you go. That's true. I know I'm very big and intimidating with a scary appearance, so I'm used to being viewed as scary and aggressive. Do you find me scary? Only if you're only if your species is angry at me or mad at me for some reason. Period. When you're happy and being friendly, you're really cute. Why am I so good at making a Pokemon blush? I've made probably one. I think I've made one or two of the two. I've made a crocodile blush. I've made, I think, a baby Lugia blush. I made one of the other Pokemon the other day I was talking to blush. I'm so good at for some reason. Aggron blushes a little and is surprised by your response. You think I'm cute? Really? I've never been told that before. I think I'm starting to like you more and more. You're very cool. Thanks, exclamation point. You were very nice. He's, and you telling me a trainer hurt him? He's so docile and innocent compared to some of the other Aggrons. Other Aggrons would approach you and probably try to hurt you. This Aggron hasn't tried to hurt me once. Aggron smiles. You were very nice yourself. Most humans I have met are either afraid of me or just want to use me for violence. Sweet Arceus. I guess that's what vows are, though. That trainer who abandoned me earlier only wanted me since I listened and did what he said. I was like a tool to him, and once I got too old, he decided to toss me aside. I'll tell you this. People that do that crap to these poor Pokemon don't deserve to be trainers. They deserve to get their Pokemon, if there's even such thing as a Pokemon license, they need to get that crap revoked, and they need to be flipping, never be allowed to be a Pokemon trainer again. Oh my gosh. People like that are just the worst. Period. Trust me, I've dealt with a lot of people making fun of Pokemon I care about. I swear to frick, if he turns around to me, if I tell him about that person, he turns around and says, "I'm gonna kick his butt for you." Fragger did without me even asking him. He's supposed to be that fairy Fragger did it immediately, and he's supposed to be the sweet one. Oh. Aggron nods his head in understanding and looks sad. Yes, those people really are awful. I honestly wish that all Pokemon and humans would get along like how it used to be. People who just hurt Pokemon are the worst kind in my opinion. Yeah, especially if it's your favorite Pokemon that's getting hurt. That's sometimes the thing picks that up and sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of annoying. Aggron nods sadly, having experience with having favorite Pokemon hurt. Yes, those people have. Oh my gosh! I think Aggron thinks like me. Yes, those people have no souls whatsoever. I remember my favorite Pokemon got hurt right in front of me as I was unable to do anything about it, and it broke my heart to see them suffer like that. I've had a lot of my favorite Pokemon go down too. Period. I wonder if he's gonna. That must have been awful to go through. Losing favorites can hurt really bad. If you don't mind me asking, who were some of your favorites that went down? Well, I know the first one I'm saying. It's one of the biggest examples. Period. He's my most favorite Pokemon. Him and his pre-evolutions. Aggron didn't expect me to say Feraligatr of all Pokemon. It's surprised to hear your favorite is Feraligatr. Wow, I did not expect you to say that. Most people prefer other water types and starters like Swampert or Blastoise. Frick Blastoise, I hate it. Feraligatr's pretty awesome though. Very dangerous for those who aren't careful. But also very sweet for people that care about him. Period. He's very friendly towards me all the time. Especially in Scarlet. He's so sweet in that game. He's like one of the most kind-hearted Pokemon you'll ever see. Aggron nods his head in understanding. Yeah, I've heard Feraligatr can actually be pretty gentle towards people he likes and trusts. He can seem pretty intimidating with his claws and teeth, not to mention the scary look on his face, but he has a big heart inside. He has shown me that big heart on many occasions. Period. Even giving me affection. A good bit. There we go. Aggron's gonna be more surprised by that. Wait, he gave you affection? Yep, I told you. Aggron is surprised to hear this. Really? Feraligatr actually gives affection? Sweet Arceus, does he not think he does? I mean, I know he's intimidating and scary, but I honestly thought his love language would be pranks and playful attacks, honestly. Pranks? That's, He just loves to be friendly around me. Period. I take good care of him, so I guess he's returning the favor. He does it a lot. He returns the favor a lot of the time. Aggron nods his head in understanding. That makes perfect sense. You give care and love to him, and he repays you with the same love and care back. How long have you had Feraligatr? I've had a few in the past. Period. I believe the first one I ever had, I caught way back nearly 6 years ago. Aggron is surprised by the length of time you've had your first Feraligatr. Wow, you've been caring for this Pokemon for a long time. You must have a strong bond with them, and I understand why they are one of your favorites, honestly. At least Aggron calling me crazy. You were one of my most favorites too. Exclamation point. You are one of my most favorite steel types. I hope it got the word steel right. Aggron is touched by your words and blushes a little. Why am I so good at making a Pokemon blush? Probably because I'm over here flipping and loving on him the entire time. Although, guys, remember this Pokemon has already had it bad in the last like 15, 20 minutes. Let me at least make him somewhat happy. Somewhat. Apparently, I'm making him very happy. Aggron is touched by your words and blushes a little. Really? That's honestly amazing to know. Most people prefer others like Metagross and Scizor over me in terms of favorite steel types. To be honest, I hate both of those Pokemon. I would pick you over them anytime. I don't care. What does Scizor and a Metagross come in here and be like, what the frick did you say to me? And start proceeding to beat the living snot out of me. Aggron is surprised as heck by your words. Really? You hate Metagross and Scizor? Wow. I feel like the two of us actually have a lot in common, honestly. So I guess he hates him too? It sounds like you have similar opinions as me. That's really cool! Exclamation point. Can you tell I'm having even more fun with Aggron than I just was with that chameleon dragon? The minute I get to a Pokemon I love and get to have him start smiling and blushing at me, I'm already back to having a good time again. Aggron nods his head in agreement. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it feels nice to find someone who is a lot like me. Do you have any other favorite steel types? Or am I your only favorite steel type? I don't know how to spell its name. I do like. What? I hope he gets which poem I'm talking about. That steel bird. Aggron nods his head in agreement. Okay, good, he does. Corviknight's pretty cool, and he does his job well for sure. He's a great Pokemon for air travel, and also he has a giant metal blade on his feet, as well as wings that are as strong as steel. He's actually pretty fast despite his size, too. He's just a complete force to be reckoned with, to be honest. Yeah, exclamation point. Besides him, there aren't many other steel types. Wait, hurry up. Him and you. There aren't really many steel types I like. I didn't say that. I didn't. Well, it honestly depends on. Wait. It honestly just depends on if you're only thinking of Pokemon with pure steel as their type, or also taking into account that those Pokemon have steel as part of their type. There are 72 total Pokemon that are mono steel, while there are 382 Pokemon that have steel as a secondary typing. Even with that, there's not many I like. I like. When it comes to steel type Pokemon, same thing for normal types. Aggron nods his head in agreement. Yeah, you're right about that, honestly. I've never met a trainer who had their favorite normal type as their actual favorite Pokemon. And in terms of preferences, they usually just like normal types as an exception when the Pokemon has a different type they actually like. Yeah, like Staraptor. Okay. Like. I hope I spelled that right. Exactly. Staraptor is probably pretty much as good as it gets for normal types in terms of how cool and strong he is. Normal types are just very bland, boring, and not interesting at all. All I can say, Aggron, is facts, because that's true to me. Plus, normal types don't even have an advantage against anything in battle. Period. If you were used to use only normal type moves, you wouldn't get much of anywhere, especially if you're going against a rock or steel type. Aggron nods his head in complete agreement. You are absolutely right. Normal types have no offensive advantage whatsoever against any type at all. Normal types are just a terrible typing in my opinion. They're the weakest type of them all, and they suck overall. Oh my gosh. I know we both hate them. Hate normal types, with the exception of. But do you have another favorite normal type? Normal type. Aggron. I think the only other normal type that I like and also respect is Snorlax. Snorlax is honestly pretty impressive in terms of abilities and stats. He pretty much tanks damage better than anyone else and he hits hard with a lot of power. I still would never have one as my main Pokemon, but he's pretty great and very reliable if you want a strong Pokemon who takes hits better than anyone else. A lot of people like him, period. I'm not gonna finish it. I don't want him. If he does like it, I don't want to flip an. Yep, because there's more to him than just his actual type of normal. His stats are extremely impressive, and he can take hits that others can only dream of surviving. I've seen a Snorlax tank hits from steel type attacks and actually laugh and go back to sleep afterwards. He's just extremely tanky and strong overall. That's cool. Period. The thing is, I didn't know what to say to finish. I gotta stop the video in a minute anyway, guys. It's already been 30 minutes. Frick me. Let me go ahead and stop the video and I'll be right back. I said I'll be right back.